How's it going, everybody? It's Ethan here, and today I'm coming to you from an unnamed peak near Guanella Pass. So for anybody who lives in Colorado, you know exactly where I am right now. Guanella Pass is a famous spot, particularly because of that mountain right there. That is none other than 14er Mount Bierstadt. And you can see that despite the fact that it is June 2nd, there's a ton of snow up here still. It's starting to melt, but it's going to be here for a while. Down there in the valley where all the willows are, where you make the approach to Bierstadt, there's probably a good 4 feet of snow, 4 or 5 feet of snow in most places. I actually crossed that section when I first got here. I was kind of scoping out the Bierstadt trail to see how it was, and it's just terrible. I mean, you could still do it if you really want to, but the snow was just super soft, and it just wasn't good hiking conditions. Even with snowshoes, you'd still be post-holing. It's just no good up here. So I ended up picking something else instead. So like I said, this right here that I'm on top of, it's a very large, wide, open summit, and this is at 12,030 feet. So this is an unnamed 12-teener, and it's one of the many peaks that's pretty easily accessible from Guanella Pass. You can see, like I said, right over there, that's Mount Bierstadt. You go down there and up to there, that's the Sawtooth. And then right there, that's a 13er called Gray Wolf Mountain. And you can barely see it, but right off there, I'm not even sure if that's the actual summit. That could be West Evans, but that's either Mount Evans or that's West Evans. But Mount Evans is right over there. And yeah, I actually don't know what those peaks are called, but right over here, that's another mountain I've climbed. That's Square Top Mountain, another 13er. There's Wilcox, and I don't think you can see Argentine Peak from here, but lots of 12, 13, and even a couple of 14,000 foot peaks that you can reach fairly easily from Guanella Pass. Of course, the snow does complicate things quite a bit right now. So yeah, it's good to be up here. It's a beautiful day today. It's like, you know, it's probably about like 48 degrees right now, a light breeze. The sun's out. You can actually see in this direction there's some clouds forming. It is supposed to, they're calling for thunderstorms starting at noon today, and it's a little after 10 o'clock right now. So there were thunderstorms yesterday. There will definitely be more today, and there will be more continuing throughout the whole next week. But I'll take it because it's rain and not snow. It looks like the snow might finally, for the most part, be over in just about all places in Colorado. But either way, this is a beautiful summit to be on. It's really cool, and unlike Mount Bierstadt, nobody comes up here. There's not even a trail that goes to the top of this peak. This is just a bushwhack through the willows, and I did have to break some trail through a couple of snow fields that I had to cross that were obviously very down there and that over down there, and heading back down towards Guanella Pass. There was definitely some snow fields I had to cross, but I picked this route because unlike most other peaks, like you can see Bierstadt, the entire route from start to finish, you're going to be in snow. But yeah, unlike most of the other ones around here, this unnamed peak doesn't seem to be holding much snow. You can definitely make a route for yourself that involves only crossing a few snow fields. But I'll show you right here. You can see this snow is just that loose, soft spring snow. I mean, the kind that you immediately sink into, and right here it's only like 6 inches deep. but you know, probably just out there it's probably 2 feet deep. So all I'd have to do is walk out there you know, a few feet, and I'd be post holing up to my knees, and that's just no fun. But anyway, I'm gonna enjoy it up here for a minute, and I'll get back to you guys a little later. Okay, well, I'm heading off the summit and making my way back through the tundra. Right over there, there's a little false summit, and so I'm gonna make my way over to that area, and then from there head back down to the road. And then it's about a quarter mile of road walking to get back to the trailhead, the Square Top Lakes trailhead. So just in case you're wondering, if you want to do this hike, you can see the mountain pretty easily from Guanella Pass. What you see is actually the top of this little false summit right here. The actual summit is just behind it right over there, and that actual summit is probably about 100 feet taller. So, but yeah, you can see it right from the road. It's literally right next to Mount Bierstadt, and it's not too bad. It's like a mile, maybe 1.25 miles, like from start to finish. I just post hold. But from start to finish, it's like 1.25 miles, and it's about 600 feet of elevation gain. You can see those clouds are starting to roll in though, so that's why I'm starting to head back down now. I was up at the summit for a long time actually, but if you'll excuse me, I have to dig myself up out of that. So I'll get back to you. A good little example of one of the many snow fields you have to cross if you want to come up here to this unnamed peak. Like I said though, it is not, you can see some dry spots over there and stuff. It is just not even close to what Bierstadt is. I mean, just look at that. You can actually see, if you look really close, you can see where the hikers have trenched it out. But I mean, despite that, even, it's just, the snow is just so soft right now from the sun hitting it all day. And I mean, even when I got here at like 8 in the morning, and even when I first got here this morning, you know, I hiked down to about a mile in on the Bierstadt trail where the creek crossing is, and by that time I had already post holed up to my knees, and even a couple times up to my waist, probably like 30 times. And and then I got to the creek, and the creek was really full and would have been really difficult to cross without getting super wet. So I just turned around. There's always more opportunities to do Mount Bierstadt. Mountain's not going anywhere. And this was still a fun hike. And despite the fact that there's not nearly as much snow coming up here to this unnamed 12,000 foot peak, you still got to cross a good amount of snow fields, and I've still post holed a couple of times. I mean, you saw it in the last, from that last little video I recorded. I mean, I post holed up to my knees as I was recording the video, so it'll still happen. It's really misleading too, because you see these dry spots, you know, or patches of snow like this where it's only a couple inches deep, and then you're like, oh, that's how deep this snow is. And then just like right out there, all of a sudden it's like 3 or 4 feet deep. So definitely gotta watch your step. But still not that bad to get up. I didn't even use micro spikes. I have them, but I didn't even wear them. So you can see Guanella Pass Road is right down there. I'm probably about 300 feet above it right now. So this first section, just keep in mind there's going to be some light bushwhacking. Nothing too bad, but you can see all the like short little pine trees and all the willow brush and stuff that's up here. So you do have to do some light bushwhacking, and then you have these like intermittent patches of snow and little snow fields that you have to cross. So it does get a little tricky in some spots, but it's not too bad. just have to watch your step. And at some places, you know, you're just gonna straight up sink through the snow. It is what it is. There's no way to avoid it, especially considering it's like almost 11 o'clock now. But anyway, I'm gonna keep going. I'm almost back down. All right, well, I made it back down to the road, and as you can see, this little mountain had one last little FU for me before I finished. But there it is. You can see it from right here along Guanella Pass Road. There's a sign right there that says Guanella Pass Summit Area. So once you see that sign, just basically look to your right. The peak's right there. Well, the false summit's right there. And just pick a line going up through the willows and try to avoid as much of this soft snow as you can and make your way up there. So that's pretty much it. Well, like I said, guys, definitely the snow and how soft it was and everything, it complicated things a bit, but overall not too bad of a hike. And if you come out here in the middle of summer when hopefully there's no snow, we'll see how that goes, but if you come out here when there's no snow, it would be a very easy little hike to go up there. There's no trail. Like I said, you just pick the path of least resistance and go for it. But it's probably about, I'd say probably about 2.5 miles round trip from the Square Top Lakes parking area. And that's it, about 600 feet of gain, not too bad. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys soon for another hike.